Hello everyone, it's Sal, Stretford Post. How you all doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. Guys, it's getting close, isn't it? It's getting really close. Manchester United against Tottenham Hotspur in the Europa League final. I cannot repeat myself enough. It is really close, guys. You can feel it. I'm starting to get a little bit nervous. You know what? I wish the game was now. I wish the game was now. But as the game gets closer, I wish it was in a few months. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's really hard to explain. But you know, I'm just so excited and nervous and anxious for the game because so much rides on this game, guys. And I can't wait till it starts. I can't wait till it's over. I can't wait to sit here on Thursday morning on Breaking Dawn and be like, hopefully, be ecstatic, excited, over the moon, looking forward to the next season, looking forward to the Champions League and stuff like that, and the friendlies at the weekend, of course. Man United are going to Malaysia to play Hong Kong and to play an Asian All-Stars. So I'm looking forward to it anyway. Hope Man United win. It is going to determine my mood over the summer. Of course it is. It's going to determine how I feel over the summer. It definitely is, of course, guys. Big up Sanjay. Good morning. How you doing? Please, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And please don't forget to smash a like on the video. If you guys can do that for me, that'd be absolutely fantastic, guys. Thank you so much. You know, and, there's been many times when Man United have had reprieves, where we've had moments in history that have changed the course of our history. When you think about 1991 and you think about Man United winning the Cup Winners' Cup at the time, beating the likes of, I mean, we were almost out against Montpellier. We drew at home to Montpellier. We managed to beat Montpellier away, and you know we played Barcelona, a great Barcelona side with Ronald Koeman. Of course, we obviously beating Wrexham and teams like that, and Legia Warsaw as well. I mean, obviously, but after we won that European Cup, beating Barcelona, that Euro Cup Winners' Cup, beating Barcelona, we started to get that vibe, that feel for success. Of course, in 1990, Manchester United won the FA Cup. Now, as I've always said, it takes a spark. It takes a spark to ignite something huge. 2 years later, after the Cup Winners' Cup, Man United did win a league. It did take 2 years, but we came close in 91-92 and pipped to the post by Leeds United. So winning trophies cannot be underestimated. It's so important. It's literally football. You know, it can ignite something. No, it's not ignited anything yet in regards to the past. But who knows? This might be the one. I believe Ruben Amorim's the guy, and I believe Ruben Amorim is the guy that can ignite something at Manchester United and make something happen, you know, and bring us back to the glory days. I have to believe that, and we have to believe that, and we have to believe that on Wednesday we're going to go out there and win the game. And when we win the game, it doesn't mean that we sit still when we celebrate and we over-celebrate. It doesn't mean that. We're not saying that. What it means is that we got a clear path, and we know what we need to do next season for the Champions League. No, many of those players are not going to survive, and they shouldn't survive even if we win this Europa League. Many of those players need to go. That's facts, right? If Man United want to progress and go on to the next level. But winning the Champions League is going to open up doors for Man United, doors that will otherwise be locked. So really hoping that Man United get a win. I'm anxious. I'm excited. I want the game to start. I want the game to end. I want it to be over. And I want to know what's happening. Because, you know what, the more time we wait, the more we're thinking about it, the more we're getting more anxious and thinking about what's going to happen and stuff. And I'm getting a little bit, impatient, to be honest with you. And I just hope that we do the business, and I'll be on here. And on Thursday morning, it will be vibes. On Friday morning, it will be vibes. We'll be doing a watch-along Aston Villa. We'll be doing a watch-along against Aston Villa with vibes. It'll be good, you know what I mean? We'll be going to Malaysia on tour with vibes. You know what I mean? Looking forward to the next season, and it will be great, guys. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Guys, how you all doing? Good morning, Mark, the legend. What's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Good to see Mark in the house. Good morning, Devils. Hope you're good, bro. Hope everything is fine with you. Good morning to Gigi, the legend. Gigi, what's going on, my friend? Winning 3-1 tomorrow. Come on, Mark. I love it, Mark. Come on. Let's do this. Let's do this, mate. Tomorrow's the big day. We've supported United through thick and thin, and now's the time to believe the Reds have got this. Absolutely, Pearl. Come on, my friend. Come on, Pearl. We got this. We've got a team full of talented players, and with the right mindset, anything is possible. Let's make some history and bring home the trophy. Come on, United. Tottenham have no European legacy. Not in recent memory, not in my lifetime. They have they have none. They have no European legacy. Man United I've just released a video on manunited.com about our heritage, about our legacy, about who we are. And it goes back, obviously, 1968, 1958, 2008, 1999, 1991. There's been many times, we are respected in Europe for a purpose, right? Because we have a legacy. And I believe that this could carry us through. I do actually believe that this legacy can carry us through to this tie, this game. Tottenham, imagine you're a Tottenham fan. Imagine how Tottenham must be feeling. This is what we got to look at right now. Imagine how Tottenham Hotspur must be feeling right now playing Man United. I've had my brother on my WhatsApp trying to reassure himself almost, I'm scared. He's worried about the game. He thinks Tottenham are going to lose and da-da-da-da. This is what they're doing. He wants me to comfort him and say, oh, you're going to be all right. No, I'm not going to. At the end of the day, we're Manchester United. We should beat Tottenham Hotspur. And that's how it should be. Absolutely. Kenny, biggest game post-Spurs, and I believe that we can also win the UEFA Super Cup. One thing about it, Kenny, we haven't done well in the Super Cup, but I believe Man United can win the Super Cup, Kenny. Yeah, I think we can. And you know what? This is going to ignite. If Man United win the Europa League, this is going to ignite something. We go out and we win against PSG or Inter in the Super Cup. And then all of a sudden, Ruben Amorim's got 2 trophies. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, he's got 2 trophies already in the kitty. All of a sudden, he's got more trophies than Arteta in 5 years, in a few months. It's funny, isn't it? At the end of the day. Had to throw that one in. Mark. Oh, no, you're Maguire, Dorgu, Casemiro, Ugarte. Absolutely. I'm going to bring in my team later on today on Chatterbox, guys. I've got the match preview later on, so make sure you join me for that. It's going to be fun. We're going to be going through it and stuff like that, looking at the game, looking at our history, our legacy, our heritage in this competition and in Champions League, etc., European competition in general. Of course, we were saying it will be tough. There might be drama tomorrow night, but think positive, boys and girls. We got a good chance of glory. Glory, Man United, revert 7. We got to be positive, guys. There's no point being nervous. You can't help but be nervous, but there's no point being pessimistic. There's no point being negative. It doesn't serve a purpose for anything. The most important thing to do, if you want Man United to win, is make yourself feel good. Be confident. We're going to do this, guys. We've been there. Guys, I've sat at the Nou Camp. I've seen a European Cup final. I've seen us 1-0 down in the 89th minute, guys. I've seen it with my own eyes in the stadium. You know what I mean? I witnessed a miracle. You know what I mean? And I would, from that day forth, especially that season in general, I believed in miracles. I believe that, we're Man United, we're never going to lose, and some things are just written in the stars. And I hope, that this is our time now. This is where the corner turns, everything changes, and Man United become Man United again. It'd be absolutely fantastic. Kenny, Europa League final, like waiting for exam results. It is, mate. It's like waiting for the exam results, Kenny. And when you get the letter, right? When you get the piece of paper, I got a piece of paper, by the way. I'm that old. I don't know if it's digital these days, but when you get that piece of paper, you don't want to open it. It's like, should I open it? Oh my goodness me. Never mind. My exam results, my GCSE results were like learning the alphabet. For goodness me, I have letters all over the place. You know what I mean? The only thing I did was art. Smashed it at art. Yeah, A-star, mate. Absolutely, mate. Smashed it. Ephraim, morning, Sal. I feel confident that we turn up tomorrow behind the team for tomorrow. Absolutely, Shah. Come on. Let's do this, guys. Let's do this. Ephraim, good morning, Sal. It's a shame we want this for money while the Glazers do it for the clubs. It's criminal. We don't want it for money. We want it for trophies, of course. Man United and Amorim don't want it for money. Amorim wants it for a trophy. These players probably want it for a trophy as well. In regards to the Glazers and Ineos, they want it for money. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure that Ruben Amorim wants the trophy. I think he would deny it. He would say we need Champions League football. But you know what? When you retire from football, what you're going to look at? You're going to look at that trophy. When I won the UEFA Cup. You think Bruno wants Doesn't want the Cup Winners' Cup? No, the Europa League? Of course he does. You know what I mean? Of course he does. He cried the last time we lost the Europa League. We are unbeaten team in Europe this season and know how they're going to stay. We might as well. I mean, what I would say, Mark, there's no point being unbeaten if we don't become unbeaten tomorrow. That is the most important unbeaten game is tomorrow. We become unbeaten tomorrow. And I really hope we do. And I think we will, guys. I think we will. It's just taking so long to come around. I'm waiting for it. And I just can't wait to get it going. And I can't wait to Thursday morning when we hopefully, fingers crossed, will have the Europa League in the bag, Champions League football in the bag, and we'll be ready for this pre-season. And we'll be looking at players that we can buy with Champions League football. It's a big difference, isn't it, at the end of the day? Who will score first? We have to score first, I think so. I think if we concede, it's going to be difficult. Sal, what do you think about Amram wanted to quit in January? Hearsay, mate, hearsay. Amram, it's a bit like, when someone's emotional, they say things they don't mean and stuff like that. Quitting in January, I doubt he would have quit in January. Amram's not a quitter. He wouldn't have quit in January. He probably said, "Oh, lady, feel like quitting now." You know when you do them ones, like, I feel like quitting now. I've had enough of this, that sort of thing. Amram's a very reactionary manager in regards to what he says in the press conference and in regards to his feelings. He's very emotional, wears his heart on his sleeve, very Mediterranean, right? He wears his heart on his sleeve. So when he told, this is the worst Man United team of all time, this is this, this is that, he's been emotional. He's wearing his heart on his sleeve, but Ruben Amram won't quit. Absolutely not. Not yet. But the summer's a different thing. We'll have to wait and see. Liza Rami, good morning. What's going on, my friend? How you doing? Long time no see. Hope you're good. Morning, Sal. United are made for this. One game, one night. Legends will be born. Legacy. Come on, Liza Rami. That is what it's all about. We cannot underestimate our legacy in this tournament. We cannot underestimate our legacy in European football in general. We're Manchester United. We're up there. When you think about European football, you think about Man United, don't you? You know what I mean? It's all about Man United. And you know what? Going out there, winning another European trophy. We should have won the one in 2021. I mean, God knows what happened in there. But you know what? We're going to win this one. Come on. Now my exam results should come with Microsoft Outlook during the uni days. No, we didn't have it during them days, Kenny. We had it in an envelope. We had it in an envelope. Yeah. One of them envelopes. Oh, my goodness. I hate those envelopes. Where I think back of it, even now when I think back of it, it makes me feel a little bit anxious when I think about those envelopes and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, God. When I was opening it, because my dad is strict. My dad was all on those results. You know what I mean? If only I had, how would I say it? Forgotten what it's called now. If only I had editing software. Let's say editing software. If only I had some editing software back then, I would have took my results and edited them and showed my dad. Definitely, I would have done that. Absolutely. Adult Photoshop. Yeah, I mean, and done something like that and just done the result and then changed the results and stuff like that. That's what I should have done. Absolutely. That could be done. I mean, back then, if we'd done that, you could have got away with it probably. Not advocating for anything like that, guys, but you know what I mean. Let's win Europa League, then talk transfers. Good morning, Sal, and everyone. Your football knowledge is outstanding. You'll be a good pub quiz. Do you remember Jim Leighton? Yes, I do. Scottish giver Aberdeen, God bless. Jim Leighton played for Man United in the early days. So obviously he played for Aberdeen. We've done very well at Aberdeen, signed for Man United. There was a couple of games there that he made a couple of mistakes and then obviously was moved on. But big up Jim Leighton, of course, Scottish goalkeeper. But it was all part of our journey, Roy Michael. It's all part of my journey. And thank you for the compliments, my friend. It was all part of our journey. That is what it was. And big up Jim Leighton. Les Seeley as well. Similar thing happened to him. God rest his soul. And obviously Schmeichel was the main man. Guys, a little bit of news about Man United. Is there a little bit of conflict between Jason Wilcox and Ruben Amram? Ruben Amram has openly said that he wants an experienced striker during this transfer window. Wilcox denies that. He says he wants Liam Delap at Manchester United. So, guys, it's going to be very, very interesting if Manchester United win this Europa League and qualify for the Champions League, because it is going to be a head-on collision between Wilcox and Amram for what we want. Amram, quite rightly, wants an experienced striker. I agree with that. I think Gutierrez is what we need, that type of striker. However, Wilcox wants Delap because he used to play for Man City and Wilcox worked for Man City. So a little bit of an ego trip here with Jason Wilcox. Jason Wilcox obviously likes Delap. We know he likes Delap. You know, he liked Dorgu. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. And so I would go with what Ruben Amorim needs. And I think every man and his dog know that Manchester United need an experienced striker. It's been a godsend for a very long time that Man United need an experienced striker. We haven't had one for a while. That's what we need. Afro Soup, good morning. Wilcox, I said to the lab, it's unnecessary. We should listen to the manager and give him the tools. I agree. Afro Soup, 100%. Why don't we get both? Why don't we get both? We are unbeaten in Europe. And why I fear Spurs? I don't fear Spurs at all, mate. I don't. But obviously, football, Ephraim, with football, especially these days with VAR, red cards, this and that, things have to go your way sometimes. Sometimes it can go against you. I just need to reflect to the weekend, Ephraim, right? Look at Crystal Palace, right? We need to be ready for this game. We don't fear Spurs, but we need to be ready, up and running, ready to win this game and ready for any scenario as well. If we go 1-0 behind, how are we going to respond? You know, things like that. Remember, like, guys, we have gone 1-0 down in this competition quite a lot. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we have been losing. We were losing to Porto. You know, I think we were losing to Real Sociedad as well. We were losing to Athletic Bilbao. You know, we were losing to quite a long team. We were losing to Lyon. I read that Wilcox headed the mission and signed Mastantuono as a super talent signing. I hope that gets over the line. At the moment, Mastantuono favours a move to Barcelona and Real Madrid. Mark Elman. Unfortunately, it is that Latin America thing, isn't it? He wants to go to Barcelona and Real Madrid. But what he needs to understand as a player, which is where we're trying to convince Mastantuono like this, right? What he needs to understand is that he's not going to get in that Real Madrid team. Nah. If he came to Man United, he's getting in the team. I think he would. I don't think we're going to loan him out. I think he will get in the team. If he came to Man United, he gets in the team. I like Mastantuono, and I think Man United need to get Mastantuono. I think so. Man United need to get Mastantuono, Delap, Gutierrez, Cunha, Edison. You know, loads of players there that Man United need. We need a rebuild completely. Afro Soup, we need warriors in the front line. All crybabies should go out the door. This is their chance tomorrow, Afro Suit. What I would say in regards to that, this is their chance to prove us all wrong. This is their chance to show us what they're made of. This is where heroes are made. This is where history is made. This is where you can get your name in Manchester United folklore. Rasmus, if you go out there and score a goal and you win us the game, I don't think anyone is going to harm you. But guys, remember what I said many months ago, that the key player in this game, not only Casemiro, I said that yesterday, but I said this months ago, and he's going to get the winning goal, right? And I'm going to give you a clue to my match preview, right? Ahmad will get the winning goal tomorrow. Ahmad will get the winning goal tomorrow. I said it months and months ago how important Ahmad is going to be to Manchester United. I believe he will get the winning goal tomorrow. Come on. Absolutely. We lost all the Europeans. I think we lost to Lazio. So we won it back in 1991, Shah. Yeah, we won it back in 1991. That's the last time we won it. We lost to Lazio. Yeah. We lost to also Zenit St. Petersburg as well, Shah. As well. Yeah, haven't done too well in the Super Cup, to be honest with you, apart from 91. Absolutely. But yeah, a new day, a new dawn, a new light. We got another chance, of course. Yeah, Lazio was a disappointing game, though. I think Man United lost 1-0. It was a disappointing game. Man United didn't turn up. And Lazio, I remember, had Juan Sebastian Veron playing for them. Dorgu and Ahmed can do the damage on the wings. I just hope that Højlund has the kicking boots on tomorrow. I hope so as well. Let's pray to the footballing gods to be at home. Come on, Mark. I hope so, my friend. I hope so. We're here, guys. We're here together. We bleed red. This is what it's all about. Manchester United. We're going to be thinking about the game all the way up until tomorrow. You know what I mean? And I just hope that I don't go to bed sad. You know what I mean? I hope I don't go to bed sad, disappointed, disillusioned. You know what I mean? Probably cancel all my streams the next day. I just wouldn't be. I mean, it'd just be so sad. You know what I mean? Because, you know, this is our saving grace, isn't it? Wilcox should sign fucking both Delap and Gutierrez. Yes, Mark. Thank you, Mark. That's what he should do. One experience. one up and coming player, Rasmus on loan. Send him out on loan. Back the manager, not the technical director. Absolutely. United can get both and maybe loan out Rasmus. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, unless if we don't get Champions League football, we're not going to any. Jim Leighton and his Vaseline eyebrows. Yeah, he lost his teeth, didn't he? I'm predicting 3-0, 2-0. Come on, Pearl. Love the positivity. Giving me good vibes. Come on. My prediction for the game is United 2-1. Come on, let's do this. 2-1. I'll take it, but as long as it's not a nervous 2-1. You know what I mean? As long as we're 2-0 up with about 91 minutes and then Tottenham get a consolation goal. That's what I would like. Something easy. Something more calm on my nerves and my blood pressure. So we have to be careful about red card. Yes. One thing I would say, free kicks, red card, VAR. These are things that can change games, you know. As much as we hate Manchester City, that was a red card against Crystal Palace at the weekend, right? And I don't want any decisions like that going against us. I don't want any stupid VAR penalties and things like that. I just want Man United to comfortably win the game, you know, qualify for the Champions League. Sovereign, what's going on? Yo, Sal, is the Mino Martinez rumors true? He got the personality of a United goalkeeper. He reminds me of the Schmeichel and Van der Sar. He does. He has got the personality. Not as good as those, though. I would say that. I would put you in that direction. He's not as good as those. Those are absolute legends, right? But he's a very good goalkeeper, and it would be a significant upgrade in regards to Onana. Do I think Man United will sign Emilio Martinez? I'm going to say no. And the reason is that he's 25 million. He's 32 years old. I don't think they're going to sign him. I just don't. I think he's going to go somewhere else. As much as I like Emilio Martinez and I think Man United need a new goalkeeper, I think Man United's priority will be the attack, and then they're going to be going back into the midfield, and then they're going to do defense, and then they're going to go goalkeeper. I think the goalkeeper will be the last on the list. Sadly, I think we need a goalkeeper, by the way, but I hope I'm wrong. Sovereign. Ahmad got us the late winner versus Liverpool in the FA Cup. Might be right, Sal. Ahmad late winner versus Spurs. I've got a feeling it's going to happen. I've got a feeling that Ahmad will win the game. I just got this weird feeling. And I've had this feeling for months and months and months. You know what I mean? Even before we got to the quarterfinal, I've had this feeling about Ahmad's going to win us the tournament. You know, even when he was injured, I said, Ahmad's going to come back and Ahmad's going to win us the tournament. Even when he was injured, I was feeling that way. Maguire late winner. So I remember Maguire was injured in Europa final. Yes, he was. We missed him. Would have scored a penalty. Definitely. He's very good at penalties. He would have scored a penalty. Sadly, Man United, didn't we lose 11-10 or something? 12-11 on penalties? One penalty save. That's all it took. One penalty save. That was the weakness of David De Gea, wasn't it? It was penalties. Maybe if we had someone else in goal, we would have won that. Maybe we should have made a substitution. If Romero is in goal, probably won it. Martinez going to go Saudi? I think so, Mark. I've got a feeling he's not going to go to Man United. Yeah. 3-1 Man United. Come on, Kenny. Let's do this. I think we'll get a goal from a set piece. Maybe. We must start off. Absolutely. Get your foot stuck in. Believe in ourselves. Attack the game. And let's do this, guys. Absolutely. Casemiro or Maguire header. I hope anything. Anything revert 7. Anything. Martinez has 4 years left on his contract, plus Villa might ask for a hefty fee. Yeah, they're going to ask for 25 plus. His market value is 25 million. So Harry Dino says, top ear chips. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're good. Story. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're good. 32 is a prime age for a goalkeeper. He's one of the best goalkeepers. He'd be surprised if we get him, but a big yes. 32 years old, 25 million for the position that Man United in. It's a no. Man United need attack. What's the overriding problem at Man United right now? Biggest problem. Goals. I would much rather Man United sign Cherky. Guys, here's a question for you. Would you rather Emiliano Martinez, right? Or Cherky as an extra attacker or an extra striker? Would you rather Liam Delap and Gutierrez or Martinez and Liam Delap? Or Martinez and Gutierrez? It's a difficult one, you know. 25 million. It's gonna be a lot more than that, guys. Remember, Man United tax 35, 40 million. Remember that. I tried to erase whoever we lost from my memory. It was sad end, wasn't it? Big up, Courtney. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Good to see you. We have to start well and score first and defend the back post. Yeah. One of the biggest problems Man United have had, Ephraim, over the last few years is the back post, isn't it? That is not to do with formation, by the way. That's not to do with tactics. This has been going on since the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer days. Back post cutbacks. Biggest problem at Man United, back post cutbacks. You look at most goals that Man United concede, back post cutbacks. It's a problem. Spurs have more clean sheets than us. That a worry. They have more goals than Aston Villa as well. Man United have more European trophies than Spurs. Spurs ain't got no European trophies. That's what I would say. Randy, good morning, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good morning, chatters. Good morning, my friend. Hope you're doing well. To start Erasmus or not, so maybe a false number 9. I would maybe change it, Rasmus, revert 7. But I don't think it's going to happen, revert 7. I want it to be changed, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's going to play Rasmus. Almost certain. We just need to Maguire, Euro, Maz to do the job like Rio, Ramos, Nesta, Vidic, Stam, etc. Brick wall. Yeah. Games are won on goals. Leagues are won on defense. Isn't it, Mark? Absolutely. Cherokee and Gukierrez. I agree, Kenny. I think we could survive. Look, I'd much rather win a game 4-3 than lose 2-0. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know, and that's why I would concentrate on the attack, getting that attack fixed. I don't think our defense is too bad. We need goals. That's our biggest problem all season in the Prem and last season. Yeah. We got Van der Sar for just 2 million for Fulham in his mid-30s, and the rest is history. Legends, yeah. That was 2 million, though, wasn't it? Not 40. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Goalkeeper and strikers are the most important positions. We spent 900 on total on Gorgu and nothing strikers, not to believe. We spent 900 total on Ugarte and Dorgu and nothing on strikers, not to believe. I mean, it's strange, isn't it? That we didn't buy any strikers. Ugarte, I mean, I don't know what the singling out of Ugarte. I think Ugarte's done very well. Dorgu's still very young, but I agree. I think we should have signed a striker. We should have signed a prolific one. You know, one that's proven. You know what I mean? And hopefully we can do that this summer. It's not over, guys. The summer has not started yet. We got the Europa League final tomorrow. We win the Europa League, we might sign Gukierrez. You know what I mean? And there we go. We might sign Delap and Gukierrez. Who knows? Attack is the best defense. I agree, though. I agree. Defense wins your leagues, though. You can't just go gun-ho and expect to win leagues. You won't. Absolutely not. But I think attack is a very, very good weapon. But obviously, counter-attack is very dangerous as well. And you have to be clever when you're attacking. This is why you need a good defense. Back in the day, we could leave Vidic or Stam alone, right? We can leave them there alone, right? And they'll do the business. They'll cover the areas. We will leave them alone, and you know you won't need 2 or 3 defenders. They'll do it. I do not think Delap will come to second choice. He's young. You will have to accept it if he does. With Cunha and Gukierrez, you think we'd score more goals because goals have been a problem this season. Think we'll score more next season if we get those. If we get those new players, Shah, it will totally revitalize Man United's attack. It will totally be revolutionary to Man United's attack. Man United at the moment have more like road runners in the number 10 positions. We need more technical ballers in that number 10 position. And I think that Cunha and obviously Gukierrez will be brilliant for Man United. Imagine having those 2 up front. You know what I mean? It would add a new lease of life into Man United. I really do think so. Absolutely. Courtney, in my back garden, trying to get this baby magpie to safety. Oh, bless you. If we fell off out the tree, can't fly fully as yet. Too many cats and foxes around here. Where do you live, Courtney? Congratulations on looking after the birds. I do feed the birds in the morning, by the way. I put little seeds on my little thing outside. But you know what? Is that a sign of luck? Is that a sign of luck? I'm gonna grasp anything, Courtney. I'm gonna grasp about any segment of luck. You know what I mean? You're looking after the birds. The birds will look after Man United. Come on, Man United. That's what it's all about. We're gonna take any voodoo, any juju, anything for tomorrow, guys. Absolutely. That's what it's all about. What would you bring in a talented defender or an experienced one, Sal? I would bring in one about 24, 25, Shah. Something like that. But I'm a big fan of Gimenez. He's a young defender in Argentina. I like that player. I really do like that player a lot. I like it a lot. As gone quiet about regards to Branthwaite. Man United is still interested in Branthwaite. I know. No one likes Branthwaite, but you know what? Man United is still interested in Branthwaite. That is definitely a Wilcox signing, isn't it? Or Jim Ratcliffe. We need prime Village Rio. That would be amazing. Can we get him out of retirement, Mark? Can we get him out of retirement? That would be brilliant, isn't it? Cunha collapsed, Gutierrez, Anderson, and Laba, Sane. I love this. Cunha collapsed. Gutierrez, Anderson, Alaba, Sane. I love this. Cunha collapsed. I don't know about that, mate. Nearly a done deal. Tell the baby Newcastle one. The Magpies. Who you prefer, Cherky or Buemo? Cherky, mate. Bremo's a bit chubby for me. Imagine Gutierrez on strike, Cunha and Cherky behind him, and Bruno with a guarded behind him. Be a mad thing, mate. It'd be a mad thing. A mad thing, Mark. I would love that, mate. I mean, imagine it. You'd be going into games, you know what I mean? But we still need a squad, of course. We still need, in case Gutierrez, Touchwood, gets injured or something. We need a squad, but that will look so much better. Even just those two players. Even Gutierrez and Cunha, you know, will look good. But you know what? I'm getting carried away with Gutierrez. Gutierrez obviously won't come to Man United if we don't qualify for the Champions League, of course. So that is obviously a big problem. We have to win it. We got the tons of foxes in Central London too. The noisiest. I mean, how many? Revert 7. I'm from London. I'm from East London, and I've had to save a number of cats because of foxes. The amount of cats I've had to save in my lifetime. You know what? I should be a humanitarian man for cats. A live aid for cats because I've saved so many cats. You know, and especially during my night jogs and stuff, I used to have to save these foxes. They were grabbing cats and stuff like that. West London, Sale, not far from Brentford. Oh, ho, there you go, Brentford. I used to work down there. I used to work down Brentford. I worked in the Asda in Hounslow, near Brentford. I used to work in there, like a long time ago, guys. A long time ago, yeah. Brentford's near Heathrow, guys. And I remember when Brentford was a little tiny ground, you know. Nowadays, it's in Kew. It's near Kew Gardens, near there. So, yeah. Big up, Courtney. In my mind, we already are in the Champions League. The gods have spoken, Mark. Love it, Mark. Love the positivity. That's the kind of positivity we need, Mark, isn't it? It's going to resonate. You know, positivity, there's no point being negative. It's all about, you know, getting it in, getting positive and just believing. There's no point moaning and groaning about the game tomorrow. The most important thing for us to do is just support the team now. And then whatever you feel after the game, after Wednesday, on Thursday morning, you can come on here and you can rant and rave, scream and cry. Whatever you want to do, I don't mind. Daniel, Man United last time played Spain final. We won 99. Also, we won beaten. Come on, Daniel. I've got a good feeling about Bilbao. Man United have an advantage because Man United have played in Bilbao. Man United know the city. Man United know the dressing rooms, the stadium, etc. So, and we got a good feeling. Having won 3-0 there early in the season. So, it is in Man United's favour. I do believe that. You know what I mean? It is more like a home game. Story. Modern football is about being good on transitions, fast and direct. If you do not have all the best players in the world to keep the ball, you risk going forward and direct. That's attacking. Yep. Do you think... remember, guys, I was raised 40 years with the best attacking team in the world, Man United. For many, many years. You're talking about 2 decades. I watched attacking football. Real attacking football. I was around, right, watching Tevez, Ronaldo, and Rooney, guys. No need to tell me about attacking football. Do you think we should sign both Gutierrez and Delap if we win the Europa? Yes. But, MA, big up MB, big up yourself. I think we should sign both, but I don't think we will. It comes to a choice, doesn't it? If you want 2 strikers or you want another number 10, Man United Man United need a rebuild, and the more the merrier for me. So if you ask me, would I like Gutierrez and Delap? Yes, if we can get other positions as well. That's what I would say. Where does Mayu have a position in this team? Because if Cunha comes in, I think Bruno will become the pivot player with regard to. I guess we have to set us up. What Mayu needs to do, Shah, and this is no criticism on Mayu. Mayu hasn't been good this year. And that could be for a number of reasons that I don't know. Maybe he's been played too much. You know, maybe it's the contract negotiations. I don't know. Rejected the first offer of a contract. Now, what do we do with Mayu? You've rejected the first offer of a contract. If he's rejected the contract, bench, mate. Bench, earn your place. You haven't performed. You haven't achieved nothing. Mate, you're still young. You can. But you need to go out on that pitch and achieve something before you start rejecting contracts and things like that. That's what I'll say to Mayu. I would say that today the most important attribute is speed and physicality, ability to run. 120 by being the fastest player on the pitch. That's where football goes wrong, though, isn't it, Mark? We're much more focused on athleticism than technical ability. For example, when you talk about Sheringham, Berbatov, you know, Rooney, Scholes, 9 times out of 10, you put Scholes, you put those players in the team, they're technically better than the players that we have now in any team. You know, so I would say technical ability for me is important. Speed, fitness is important. Of course it is. But it's not the be-all and end-all. When I was growing up, like when I see Pirlo, look at Pirlo, for example. You know what I mean? It's about the brain. It's the brain, intelligence, IQ. You know, intelligent running. Learn about intelligent running, right? I've done marathons, guys, right? 3 marathons in my life, by the way. Learn about intelligent running, right? Mark, Mayu will play as a 6 or 8. He needs to improve, though. Rotation is important. He needs to improve. He hasn't been good this year, I have to be honest. Big up, Sal. United have to win. I had to cancel a date with my girlfriend. Now she's given me silent treatment, but it will be worth it when Bruno lifts the trophy up United. What you do, Saverin, after the game, take her out, mate. If Man United win, take her out, take her to a beautiful, nice restaurant, make it up to her. Positive. Keep the vibes up. Absolutely. I live in the UAE, so the game kicks off at 11 p.m. So I don't need to take my missus out, my wife out. My wife, I take her out at the weekend. So she knows that this is a big game. I keep telling her every single day. I keep telling my wife, babe, you know what? It's a big game on Wednesday. She don't care. I'm like, it's a big game on Wednesday. You know what it means? And I'm trying to explain to her what it means, right? I'm trying to explain to my wife what it means. And, you know, if Man United win, you know, it's Tottenham against Man United, 2 Premier League sides. You know, there's a Europa League and there's a Champions League. I'm like this, and she don't understand. But I'm still explaining it with the passion and stuff like that. And I'm trying because, you know, she knows I'm nervous about the game. Big up, Mark. Dylan, good morning. Good morning, sir. Don't guess Turkey for me. Turkey would be at least... Yeah, I agree, mate. Work from the front to the back. Front to the back. That's what I would do. Absolutely. Duke cares and Turkey. Cunha. Me too, Mark. Absolutely. Courtney. Yes, yes, it was the lockdown that did it during COVID. Then all the foxes started bleeding up all the over London when there were no people on the street. Now we have fox problem. We have a fox problem, absolutely. Poor foxes, though. I mean, it's not their fault they're fox, is it? Fox in a box. And we need a fox in a box. You know, but I look after cats, so you know what? If I see a cat being attacked, I will save the cat. Yeah, I do. Yeah, you got me, guys. I'm a cat guy. Absolutely, definitely. Dylan, Cunha is already done. Nearly, Dylan. Don't count your chickens. Nearly. We're waiting for the here we go. It can't. You know. Let's wait. We've been here before. Remember Mikel when he was holding up the Chelsea Man United shirt when he signed for Man United? Then he ended up signing for Chelsea. Since then, I never count my chickens until it's been announced by the club. Until it's been announced by the club, I never count my chickens. Absolutely not. It can happen, you know what I mean? Football has a funny way of slapping you in the face, doesn't it, at the end of the day? So we're waiting on the here we go. We will now not allow Spurs to win the Europa League. Absolutely, Mr. Ephraim. I hope not, my friend. Sal, if you don't have the technical ability, you shouldn't be on the football pitch. I would say, Mark, that many of our players currently don't have technical ability. Not in the level that I remember. Cantona and Rooney and Berbatov and, you know, Brian Robson and Roy Keane and Paul Scholes and, you know, I mean, I can carry on. Dwight York and Andy Cole and Ryan Giggs and David Beckham. Yeah, we don't have that technical ability. We have a technical ability, but there's levels to this game, isn't there? Absolutely. I know about teenager running in Old Trafford was asked for my wallet and phone. I ran and mate. I used to walk home. I used to walk back to Manchester Piccadilly from Old Trafford, mate. In the night after the Champions League game because I had time to spare because there were no trains overnight back to London. So I used to walk from Old Trafford all the way back to Manchester Piccadilly back in them days. Didn't care. I'm from East London, mate. East London's next level. Liverpool are moving fast. 3-point arrive in the UK today. You know what? F Liverpool. F Liverpool, Scousers. Without kidding anyone, we won it 3 times. Technical ability is a default setting for any footballer. Then comes speed, fitness. Not any footballer. There's not many with technical ability, mate. Technical ability, I think, Mark, what you're thinking about a normal technical ability. I'm thinking about Man United technical ability. I'm thinking about Cantona technical ability. Berbatov technical ability. Rooney technical ability. And you know what? Ahmad and Garnacho have a technical ability, but they're more runners than technical ability. Technical ability is up here. Sheringham didn't run. He didn't need to run, did he? Scholes didn't run. He didn't need to run, did he? That is technical ability for me, where you don't need to huff and puff and run and sprint, unless you're Ryan Giggs on the wings. Absolutely. I think Cunha will be captain in the future. We'll have to wait and see. Who knows? 4-3-2-1-2. Gutierrez, Delap behind Cunha. There you go. I think it'd be a 4-3-2-1, but either way. I like 2 up front, though. I would add, though, Daniel. I do like 2 up front. We need a fox in a box and a goalie that could cap like free threats, like the Italian goalkeeper of the 70s. Revert 7. Remember him? Absolutely. Brilliant goalkeeper. What the hell happened to recruiting? How do you miss technical ability when scouting? It's been going on for a long time, Mark. We don't have look, you know, as I said earlier in the show, the problem with today's football and the reason why we're not creating the same amount of talent as in the 90s, right? You do remember in the 90s, England left out Collymore, Cole, Fowler. They didn't play for England. They were brilliant, better than any striker in England right now. Any, right? And they didn't. The reason that technical ability is dying because we're much more inclined on looking at athleticism, which is important. Athleticism, being fit is important. Running is important. Of course it is. But we're much more looking at a Marcus Rashford and a Garnacho, for example, rather than a Berbatov and a Sheringham and those type of players. We're much more looking at that type of player at the moment. We're not looking at that type of player at the moment. We're looking at the runners. In the number 10 positions, you need technical ability. You need it. I mean, I'll take you back to Pirlo. Pirlo hardly run. I'm lucky to see him play. He hardly run. And that's the type of player that we need. And when you think about Del Piero, hardly run. Baggio, hardly run. You know what I mean? It's a technical ability. Technical running, tactical running in the team. Cantona said it the same. He said the same thing, tactical running. And when you have to run, you run, but don't run for the sake of running and run into blind alleys like Rashford used to do, of course. We got enough to beat Spurs tomorrow. Yes, we have. Of course we have. We've got enough to beat Athletic Bilbao 7-1 on aggregate. We got enough to beat Spurs tomorrow, of course. Same cell. I had 13 cats when I was younger. Now I have a rabbit who is with me in the garden. I love animals and their wildlife. They bring me so much joy and peace. I love animals. Cats bring me joy. Cats bring me peace. I like budgies. I love my budgies. I love fish and budgies and cats. Give me one of those any day of the week. I'm not a dog person, guys. I think dogs are too needy. I just think dogs are too needy. I don't hate dogs, but I would rather my wife loves dogs. My wife loves dogs, but I prefer cats. I prefer cats because that's just the way it is at the end of the day. And yeah, cats don't have to beg for affection. You know what I mean? Cats is like Mark, much ado about nothing. If I talk about technical ability, I talk about Zidane, bro. I'm talking about Paul Scholes. You know what Zidane once said? You know what he said? A reporter goes up to Zinedine Zidane, and Zinedine Zidane was the only player I would have signed during Man United during the 90s. You know that? Alex Ferguson. The only player I would change was bringing in Zidane, right? Zidane was once asked, who was the best player in the world? You know what Zidane responded? I don't know. Ask Paul Scholes. There you go. Sup, Jobski? What's going, my friend? How are you doing, my friend? I hope you're good. But the Zidane type of player, where is the Zidane? There's none. The talent has regressed. The talent has regressed enormously. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's the thing. Too many people sitting down watching, you know, whatever they're watching. Social media. Hope Spurs play their stupid high line and we win balls. Fear their dead balls most. Can be goals in this. We have to wide out and better squad. Both with some injuries. We'll make it us win 3-2. A good game then, Story. Yep. I mean, as long as we win in 90 minutes. You're making me nervous, Story. It's going to be nervous. Would you say Cunha and Cherki are one of the most technical players in 10 positions at the moment in this world right now? Yeah. They are, you know, but in my world where I was raised, they wouldn't even be in the second division, mate. Sorry. But that's just life these days, isn't it? You have to accept it. Like music. You prefer cats? Noted. Yes, British Bulldog. I like dogs as well. But you know what? My wife loves dogs. And the reason I love cats, it comes from a very, very long time ago. Rare long time ago in regards to... I got attacked by a dog when I was younger, and a cat saved me. Yeah, there's a story. I was only about 4. A cat saved me. Yeah, jumped on the dog. Yeah. Forever cats. I have had dogs in the past. I have had dogs. I've had a Yorkshire Terrier before. I've never had a big dog. I used to look after a pit bull when I was younger. When I was about 15, 16, I used to look after it. My friend used to drop it off at my house, and I used to look after it, put it in the garden. Bloody hell. Just play football with it. You know what I mean? And but yeah, love animals anyway. Animals are nice. Animals are good. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Cats are cool customers. Yeah, like me, I'm a cool customer. If we could have Zidane and Scholes in midfield now, bloody hell, Mark. Imagine this, Mark. Zidane, Scholes, and Keane behind. People don't know levels, guys. They talk about levels like they know levels. They don't know levels. Those of us, Mark, and all of us who've seen Zidane play. Zidane can have a ball from 50 yards, right? It will drop dead on his foot. Stop. The ball would just go doof, like that. Next bloody level, guys. Next level. I mean, I can name 100 players right now. Guys, I'm telling you right now, it's Southampton, right? The Southampton of the 1990s with Matt Letizia and Marion Pahars and those players, right? We're in the Premier League right now. They'll get in the Champions League. That's how poor football is these days. They're getting the Champions League. But we accept what we have to accept. We accept that people are not going out playing football anymore in the parks, you know, in the fields and stuff like that, like we used to every single day. That's just life, and you're not going to get the talent that we used to have, of course. But what I would say is that tomorrow I'll be supporting this team like it's 1999. I'll be supporting Man United like it's 1999 because we've got this, guys. You need to get me in that dressing room. I'm telling you, you got this, guys. Don't worry, you got this. Don't let Spurs get an inch. Don't let Spurs get an inch. Don't let them get a millimeter. Don't let them do it. You're Manchester United. You're playing for the badge. You know, this. You're playing for that tomorrow. That's what you're playing for. The Busby Babes, 1958. You know what I mean? That's what you're playing for. You're playing for 1999. Sir Alex Ferguson. Sir Bobby Charlton. Dennis Law. That's who you're playing for. Duncan Edwards. That's who you're playing for tomorrow. And remember that in your head. Remember our legacy. Remember our heritage. That is what it's all about tomorrow. That's true. Modern football is athleticism, pace, etc. Yeah. We got a bunch of Theo Wilcox playing nowadays. If we get Gokieres and Cherki, are they world class? I think so. Are they world class compared to who? In the 90s? No. No. in these days, yeah, they're the best of a bunch. If Man United get Gyökeres and Cunha, I think that would be a very, very big upgrade to what Man United have at the moment, Daniel. I think it'd be a very big upgrade. If we get Gyökeres, Cherki, and Cunha, if we get Gyökeres, Delap, Cunha, and Cherki, it can get better the more we get. The more the merrier, as I say, the more the merrier. That's what we should be thinking about, because we need a squad, don't we? Because, we're no strangers to injuries, Rumour about Bergville of Tottenham, of course. Bergville could be fit. I mean, I think if they'll be rushing him. I think if Bergville is fit, it will only work in Man United's favour and Maddison. If they're forced back into the team, it would only work for Man United's favour because they don't have match fitness and they won't perform. It doesn't work like that. When you bring players back after rushing them back for injury, it can do more damage than good, of course. In regards to Antony has had an approach from Villareal. Of course, Villareal, who defeated us in the 2021 European Europa League, of course, on penalties. Villarreal are very interested in Antony. Atletico Madrid have been deemed interested in Antony, along with Leverkusen. So, Manchester United don't have any shortness of buyers, do they? So, it could be quite a big possibility that if we're going to make money from any player this season, in the summer, it's going to be from Antony. It's going to be from Antony. Big up, yeah, mates. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. They are better than what we have now. Yeah, they are definitely, Mark. I agree. Of course they are. Yeah. I'm a dog person, so I'm unsubscribing you, Sal. Shout out, mate. Don't be like that, mate. I love dogs too. But I prefer cats. That's life. It's like some people support Tottenham. You know what I mean? And I support Man United. Skulls, Zizou, and Kino. Oh, my goodness me, Mark. Oh, people don't know. People don't know the levels, man. Like what football can be. What football can be, guys. We will slap Spurs, absolutely. We will. Come on, Coco. How you doing, mate? I hope we do. Absolutely. I am so psyched up. Killing me. Can't sleep, man. This trophy should just come now. This is for the Busby babes. And that is the most important. This is for the miners of the 1950s who used to work 7 days a week. Watching and then spend their hard-earned money watching Man United every single week. I compare this to the people that lost their jobs this last few months. Those poor souls who lost their jobs this last few months at Old Trafford, who have mortgages to pay, kids to feed. Man United are a family club. Man United have always been a family club. And I want these players to remember all those people traveling to Bilbao, all those people, all those great fans out there who spent their hard-earned money going to Bilbao. They're doing it for them. They've come all this way to see you, to see Manchester United of the Busby babes. Man United of 1999, 1994, 1996. Man United of 1991, 1990 FA Cup final. Man United of the mid-80s. Man United of 1968, 1958. This is who you're playing for. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. This is just Tottenham, guys. Who are Tottenham? Who are they? They are not Manchester United. They are not. We are made for finals. We are made for finals. This is our bread and butter. Finals. Go out there and prove to us that you still got it. Prove to us that you can win this game and qualify Man United for the Champions League. Prove to us you care. Character, mentality. I want to see it tomorrow. I want to see it on every single one of those players tomorrow. Regardless who's on the pitch, I want to see it every single one of those players. And let's lift that trophy, guys. Come on, United. Nothing world class. Big up, Moed. How you doing? We want all of them, absolutely. We more the merrier. The more the merrier, of course. Sofian, what's going on, my friend? I'll be doing well. I'm a Chelsea fan tomorrow. I will support Manchester United because I hate Tottenham. Come on, Sofian. Thank you so much. Welcome to the stream, my guy. It's good to have other fans in the channel. And best of luck to Chelsea as well against Real Betis. Sancho against Antony. Best of luck tomorrow. That's going to be a good... not tomorrow, next week. Sorry. That's going to be a good game. Brilliant. And best of luck in your future endeavours. Absolutely. And yeah, you know, hopefully we see you in the Champions League next season, Sofian. Daniel, Madison is out. Burville is out. Kulicheski is out. Madison and Burville were seen in walking around. So hopefully they're not. I think they'd be out. You can't play these players. Spurs are so bad. Let's hope so. We are as well. But, you know, not many great number 9s these days. In the 90s, every club had a great top striker. Every club. Coventry had Dion Dublin and Peter and Love. You know what I mean? Southampton had Matt Letizia. You know what I mean? Everton had Duncan Ferguson. You know what I mean? And Daniel Amakachi. You know what I mean? Arsenal had Dennis Bergkamp. I could keep going on. Tottenham had Jurgen Klinsmann. You know, Newcastle had Faustino Asprilla. Blackburn had Alan Shearer and Chris Sutton. You know what I mean? Ipswich had Chris Kawamia. You know what I mean? We can go on and on and on about Premier League. Back then, it's just the next level. And these days, it's not a great number 9. It's just not the same anymore, unfortunately. It's not the same anymore. It's just, well, it is what it is. I'm sounding old, you know. I'm sounding old. Mark, we need to get Cunha, Cherky, Gutierrez, Delap, Edison after winning Europa. Come on. Champions League next season, League Cup, FA Cup. Come on, Mark. Come on. Love it. This is what we need to do. We're never going to die. We are united. We never say die, guys. That is what we are. That's our motto. We never die. Hear me out. In modern football, coaches become just zero if they don't get players. They are like hero or zero. It's impossible to replace all 11 players, even if we replace. What if it couldn't make a new era? It's difficult. What Ruben Aram needs this summer is at least 6. I'll be happy. Not happy, but I'll be content with 6. At least 6 good players fit Ruben Aram's system. Minimum. What's that, mate? We're definitely winning. We'll do the Lord's work. Absolutely. Kenny, can you imagine expressions? How expressions will be if Tottenham win this Europa League? I want to see expressions, tears. That's what I want to see on Wednesday. I want to see expressions, tears. I want to see him crying at the final whistle. That's what I want to see. I think he will cry. He'll cry on stream. He will. Mark my words. Expressions will cry after 90 minutes. Spread this, Kenny, to expressions. Show expressions, Kenny. Man, expressions will cry after 90. He'll be crying his eyes out. Because Man United will be lifting that. We'll be working these again. We'll be lifting that Europa League title. Absolutely. That's what we'll be doing. Yeah, even Itata, Pep, Amarim include that hero zero category. Yeah. Ephraim, Spurs can take 3 times we win against you. We win the trophy. I mean, we're playing them for the 4th time. Man United will win. Man United won't lose the 4th time. We lost to them through context. First game, we're down to 10 men. We lost 1-0 to them, which was totally unlucky in that game. Decisions didn't go our way. League Cup, remember when Onana got fouled? Was it Onana who got fouled? That was a cheat. West Ham had Di Canio. Swindon Town had Jan Nagafiotov. You know what I mean? And these are relegation candidates. Let's not talk about Man United, and let's not talk about Liverpool as well. Liverpool had Robbie Fowler, you know what I mean, and Stan Collymore and players like that. You know what I mean? Don't tell me football hasn't regressed, man. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, what we used to see, my goodness me, God. Bring on the robots. My brother was a Tottenham cold Spurs fan. Mine too, Randy, 40 years. He's been texting me all week. But I teased him so much and converted to a Chelsea fan. No, my brother's still a Tottenham fan. My brother's still a Tottenham fan. He still loves Tottenham. He's been texting me all week, trying to reassure himself about the game. He thinks I'm going to reassure him. You know what I said to my brother? Right? He lives in New York. I said to him, if I was Tottenham, I'd be thinking about Man United's football heritage. Man United's football heritage. If I was Tottenham, I look up and I see Casemiro's won more trophies than the whole entire Tottenham history. How would I feel? I'll be nervous too. That is my idea of reassuring my brother. That is what it was. Sorry. Jobski, We need more wingers that no, it's my delivery. We need more wingers that make us of Garcia one at the moment. I mean, Man United, Jobski, big up Jobski. Man United always been known for the wingers, haven't they? I mean, off the seat thing, Ryan Giggs and stuff like that. Those Champions League nights at Old Trafford. Do you remember those days? What days they were? Those were the days, my friend. I thought they would never end. Absolutely. We don't play with wingers, bro. We don't know. But you know what we have at the moment? You know the two number 10s, they do split, don't they? They do go onto the wing, don't they? But we don't. We play with wing backs. But we can play wingers in those positions. Go complete gun-ho. Our man's technically a winger. We play wing backs technically. But our man's not a wing back, is he? I really hope we don't get penalties. They're more wingers than wingbacks. And I'll tell you why they're more wingers than wingback. Because when you watch Sporting Lisbon, right? Sporting Lisbon's tactics. Look at Sporting Lisbon's tactics. The two wingers, they go forward, right? The back three split. They make the right centre-back right back, the left centre-back left back. That's how it's supposed to work. So you can cover those areas and spaces. But it is what it is. Complicated tacticos, guys. I really hope that we don't go to penalties. Don't do it, mate. Oh, no, penalties. Losing sauce. Absolutely, Kenny. Absolutely. Losing sauce. Tamale, losing sauce. Absolutely. Amram wanted to resign in January. Is that true? No. Leeds had the Kubu. Mark is just killing it right now. You see? People don't understand the levels here. Mark Viduka, right, who played for Leeds United in the Mark Elman, Jimmy Floyd, Hasselbank, what a player. You know what I mean? And let's not forget Mark Viduka came 2000, you know, and even Mark Viduka was world class. Heinrich Larsson spent his whole career in Celtic. He came to Man United, right, in 2000, I think it was 2006 or 7. He came to Man United on loan, and he was already past it. He's still banging in goals. That's the levels. Guys. So, look at rants and expressions. Love to see it. The thing with you know what it's like. You put rants and you put expressions in one big bowl, right? One big bowl of water. And it's like all the personality has been taken out of rants and put in expressions. Someone slept with the milkman. Anyway. Shout out both, Kenny. Big up Sal and then said you big up Legend for Noah. Big up yourself. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Courtney. How many times, how times have changed? Football has become soft and technical now compared to back in the day. It's become too soft indeed. Big up, Courtney. Any updates on Lenny Yoro? Mateus Delap won't play. Diogo Dalot and Lenny Yoro are 50-50. Delap might be on the bench. Arsenal broke their versus Magpies, so we will go. Glory, Man United. Come on. Our last summer was great. Hope Ineos have another good one. Yeah. Randy, it was okay. I wouldn't go over the top. Courtney, we needed more. I guess that is why you see players diving now and rolling around the dark arts, isn't it, Courtney? Too much of the dark arts going around, isn't it? Sal, can't imagine Spurs that are really winning against us because in history, we never lost a final against a small team. Even Villareal is bigger than Spurs. They are. They've won more than Spurs. And we haven't lost a final against an English team in Europe. Who remembers the most recent games against English teams in Europe? Who remembers those games? We beat Tottenham. We beat Chelsea twice in Europe. We beat them in the final of the Champions League, and we beat them in the quarterfinal of the Champions League. We beat Arsenal in the Champions League semi-final. You remember that? You know. Oh yeah, we have lost to Liverpool. We lost in the Europa League to Liverpool. Yeah, I remember Coutinho. Mark, Leeds of the 90s were so good. Yes, they were. Billy Bremner. Is it Billy Bremner? Bremner? Yeah. Archie Gemmell. That I'm going way back. But in regards to the 90s, obviously they had Gordon Strachan, Gary Speed, God rest his soul. They won the league in 1992, pipping Man United. They were a good team. They were. Howard Wilkinson was their manager. Very good team. Indeed. A very good team. Had Cantona as well, didn't they? Yeah, very good team. And they sort of faded away as the 90s went on. They sort of went up. They grew again in the 99, 2000 when they had Alan Smith and Harry Kewell and obviously Lucas Radebe and those type of players. But they got relegated, didn't they? I think they spent too much money, didn't they? They spent too much money. They would win the Premier League now. Absolutely, mate. Oh, yeah, mate. Mate, any Leeds team from the 90s, and I don't like Leeds, guys. People know about dirty Leeds, but I'll be honest. Any Leeds team from the 90s would win the Premier League now. Yeah. So would the Liverpool team. Guys, you think this Liverpool team is the best Premier League Liverpool team? I've seen Liverpool teams much better than this Liverpool team. I've seen a Liverpool team with Stan Collymore and Robbie Fowler and John Barnes and Steve McManaman. Do you know what I mean? I've seen a Liverpool team like that and not win the league. I've seen Liverpool teams with Javi Alonso and Mascherano and players like that and Torres in his prime and Suarez, and they haven't won the league. You think this is the best Liverpool team? No, none of it. None of it. We do not have the start Ahmad wingbacks defensively. It will hurt us. I agree, Ephraim. I agree. Number 10 for me. Big up Noah. So our priority is to fix the squad for the team and bring in new players for next season. But I don't think we are going to compete for the Premier League race because we've got a long way to go. We have to, look, Noah, what we have to do, we have to concentrate on improving. But firstly, what we have to do is improve, isn't it, Noah? Improve. And then after we improve, and then we can think about the league, isn't it? And we have to see where we are at the start of next season. Most importantly, we have to see where we are, of course. Big up. Remember Lee Bowyer? Yes, I do. I remember Lee Bowyer fighting against Danny Dyer. Not Danny Dyer. Dyer, anyway, Newcastle player. I remember that. Lee Bowyer was a very good player. So was Alan Smith. They had a very good team. Guys, one of the most underrated players I remember was Ian Hart. I thought he's one of the best fullbacks I've ever seen. But no, but people won't say that then because football was so good. Football was so good. People won't say Ian Hart was world class, which he was. And then you think about Nigel Martin in goal. And then you think about Nigel Martin, you think the guy was a bloody good goalkeeper. Do you know what I mean? And you think about that, you think about their team and you wow, you know what I mean? First Carl ever, big up your Miat, my friend. Good to see you. Chill. Maybe EPL on you for Champions League. That'll do, Miat. That'll do. Leeds won the league in 1991 with Cantona. We won it in 1992 with Cantona. 1993, Randy. Leeds won it in 1992. We won it in 1993, bruv. Sorry, bruv. Sorry to burst your bubble, bruv. Yeah. Sorry to burst your bubble. Yeah. The first Premier League season was 92, 93. But we came close against Leeds the season before. Unfortunately. Yeah. But Leeds won the league in 92, my friend. Yeah. I think 1991 was Arsenal when they beat Liverpool 2-0 at Anfield when they had to win by 2 clear goals and they beat Liverpool 2-0. See, guys? No Google. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Yeah. Madness. I'm seeing, absolute madness. But yeah, football has changed entirely. Of course, football's different these days. Of course, guys, let's check in when my delivery is. Ouch. Deleted it. 1 second. Neil, what's going on, my friend? If you don't win this final, it's a massive failure, especially with what's online. Neil Gunner, yes, it's a failure, mate. It's unacceptable to lose to Spurs. I will say that, but I'm not going to turn against the manager. I'm not going to turn against the manager. I know the problems, Neil, are much more deeper, mate. I think the problem's a cultural problem at Man United that resonates from the top all the way bottom. And losing to Spurs, Neil, will be the most embarrassing moment of my football life. I mean, I've seen us lose to York City 3-0. I've seen us lose to Man City 6-1. I've seen us lose 7 to Liverpool, right? This will be worse. Tottenham. Given Tottenham, Ahmad needs to run with the Adogi until we need the match. I hope Delap can play, but he will not last 90 minutes against Dogo. I agree. We will definitely beat Villa after the UEFA Champions victory. Yeah, we will have vibes then, won't we? We'll have the vibes, of course. We will like R. Kelly vibes. But Maz and Ahmad will be able to keep them under control. Yeah, well, let's hope so. Neil, it's the Champions League and money that you could possibly get. I can't lie. I'd rather Spurs win. Why, Neil? Are you an Arsenal fan? You got Gunner in your name. 93 Gunner. What's that? Gunner 93. What is that? Because of Sheffield Wednesday in the FA Cup final or the League Cup final? What was it? What's going on there, Neil? Maybe I must learn how to use Google to get dates right, but I'm sure of the sequence. Yeah. There you go. Come on, Randy. Randy, you're like 60 years old. You told me, didn't you? Might be, you know what I mean? You might be forgotten it. Losing Europa to Spurs and fourth time in the season, epitome of terrible. Mark, it'd be a downgrade of the century. It would be like, I just feel like not worthy of talking about football anymore. I just feel like I'm a Man United fan who lost to Tottenham in a European final. Oh, my God. Don't do it. Think about our legacy. Let's not think about that. Let's think about our legacy. We are Manchester United. It's all about the Manchester United legacy. That's what it's all about, of course, guys. Absolutely. That is what I care about. The Manchester United legacy. Heritage. You can't buy it. Football heritage. You can't buy it. How many finals we've been to in the last 5 years? How many have Spurs been to? Absolutely. I am, but Arsenal, but United are sleeping giants. You will be rivaling us with the Champions League. Tottenham won't do anything with it. Fair play, Neil. Fair play to you, mate. I agree. I think, and I'm going to say this like this, Neil, and I'm not being disrespectful to Newcastle or Tottenham. I believe, and I'm going to be proven right next season, Newcastle and Tottenham will make up the numbers. That's what they're going to do. Heritage is so important. Football heritage. Tottenham, all right, they've been to a Champions League final, all right, fair play, but winning, chance of winning, that is what we want to see, of course. Fucking up Spurs 3-0, Busby Bay, there we go, Mark, come on, my guy, come on, that's what it's all about. Sal, you remember the years we didn't have a right winger? Now we have a few, but now what? The strike positions, we're a bit like England with a left back. When England didn't used to have a left back, so England used to play right backs as left backs. Man United have been shoehorning players into positions for many, many years now. And this is something that we have to get away from because it doesn't work. We have to get away from this shoehorning business. Do you know what I mean? The days of Beckham, eh? The days of Beckham. We used to have Andre Kanchelskis. We used to have David Beckham as a right midfielder. We don't play right midfielders anymore. We more play we play three up front, don't we, with wing backs or wingers, whatever it is. Absolutely. Complicaciones. Whatever happened to 4-4-2, eh? 2 wingers, 2 strikers. Whatever happened to it? 1 defensive midfielder, 1 number 8. But we always have a proper left wingers. Yeah. I mean, I was raised on Beckham, Kanchelskis. Lee Sharp was a left winger. Yeah. Ronaldo was a right winger, for a period. Let's not forget. You might get Duqueiras with champs as well. We can't have that. Gunnar. Do you think Duqueiras suits your system, Neil? I have my doubts. I think more of an Osman suits your system. I think you need more of a presence up front. I may be wrong. It's just my opinion. I think you need more of a presence up front than a player like Duqueiras. I might be wrong, but that's what I see anyway. But you watch Arsenal more than me. Absolutely. Guys, yeah, it's been a brilliant show. Thank you so much. I've got the match preview later on between Man United and Tottenham Hotspur Europa League final, guys. The match preview, 2:45 my time, which will be about 11:45 UK time, guys. 11:45 UK time. I will be live, guys. So don't forget to watch me for the match preview, my prediction, my match lineup, everything like that. You can get in your opinions and stuff like that, what you think. But we're going to do this. Let's read through some of these comments. Yeah, how many years did Ten Hag and fuck up wingers by playing left wing and right wing? Inadvertent. I hate inadvertedness, Mark. We can do it, lad. Spurs. We can do it, lad. It is Spurs, mate. Thank you, Ephraim. Come on, mate. Come on. Neil, what you're saying, but it's on manager to make it work. I think that Arteta has got one more season. He's got to win something next season, Neil. I think he does. 5 seasons. 6 seasons. 6th season next season. That's past Alex Ferguson territory. How long he waited. Definitely got to win something. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you later for Chatterbox. Keep your notifications on. Please don't forget to subscribe, guys. And please don't forget to smash the like on the video. Have a great day, guys. I'm Sal Warner. This is Breaking Dawn. See you for Chatterbox. Take it easy. Peace.